haireta mathetai. Here's the quick and dirty intro to verbs. In this video, I'm just going to go through the various different aspects of verbs rather quickly, but there are more extensive videos on various of those available for you on Moodle, so if you need more introduction, you are welcome to watch those. Also, you can read through the chapter on verbs in your student handbook of Greek and English grammar, which is great. So we start with the basic. What is a verb? A verb is a word that expresses an action or a state, and the verb is what links the subject to the predicate of the sentence. So my dog has fleas, my dog is cute, my dog will eat your leftovers, my dog used to run fast. All of those words in capitals are the verb in the sentence. Notice that English makes a lot of use of what are called auxiliaries. So in, for example, our future, my dog will eat, or in our past progressive, my dog used to run. You need lots of English words to indicate what sort of a verb it is. Mostly that information is all contained within the Greek verb. Another important thing to remember is that verbs can be transitive if they govern a direct object, as in my dog has fleas. Fleas are the direct object of the verb has. Or they can be intransitive. My dog is. Verbs of being, many verbs of motion are not going to ever take a direct object, so they're called intransitive. Now, when you learned nouns, you learned that there were three inherent qualities of nouns that would determine the form of the Greek noun, and those were case, number, and gender. When you listed all of the different forms according to case, number, and gender, you were declining the noun. As we move along to finite verbs, we have, in fact, 5 qualities or accidents, as they're called, things that can happen to verbs. And if you list the forms of a verb, then you are conjugating that verb. So don't mix up your declensions with your conjugations. The 5 accidents that a verb can have are person, number, tense, voice, and mood. They're conventionally given in that order, and if you have to identify a verb, you're going to want to give all 5 of those things: person, number, tense, voice, mood. So I will go through those now one at a time, but as I said, a little quickly, so if you need more information on any one of those, you can check out this specific video. So first of all, person and number. The person and number of a verb tell you about who is the subject of that verb. In English, we just use a pronoun or a noun to indicate the subject, but in Greek, that information is included in the form of the verb itself. So we have 6 options combining person and number. You can be singular or you can be plural. Greek actually also has a third number, which is dual, for natural pairs of things, as you learned with nouns, but you don't get that verb form very often, so your book will conveniently not teach it to you. It'll be in the appendix. The ones that are important and that you'll learn are first, second, and third person singular. First person being me, of course, I. Second person, the person I'm speaking to, you. And third person, the person about whom I'm speaking, he, she, or it. And then, of course, in the plural, those are we, you guys, and they. Okay, so that's person and number. The third of the accidents is tense. But tense in Greek is, in fact, a combination of 2 different things, which we call tense and aspect. And those things answer the question, when did the verb happen, and what kind of action did the verb have? So the 7 of those that you'll get in Greek are the present, which gives you progressive action in the present, my dog is sleeping. Future, which gives you both progressive and simple action in the future, my dog will sleep or my dog will be sleeping. Aorist, which indicates simple action in the past, my dog slept. imperfect, which indicates progressive or repeated action in the past. My dog was sleeping, or my dog used to sleep. The present perfect, which indicates completed action in the present. My dog has slept, and therefore she is finished sleeping. She is awake. The future perfect, which indicates completed action in the future. My dog tomorrow will have slept all night. And pluperfect, which indicates completed action in the past. My dog had slept. Okay, fourth on our list of accidents after person, number, and tense is voice. And voice gives you an indication of which direction the verbal action is going in, or whence it originates, if that makes some sense. So in the active voice, the subject is the originator of the action. My dog eats cheese. In the passive voice, the subject, cheese, is eaten by my dog. The subject is, in fact, the recipient of the action, which is originated by the agent. That's my dog. And then Greek has a third voice called the middle, when the subject performs an action upon itself. So my dog turns herself in circles. There are other uses of the middle voice as well that you'll get to when that's introduced. And fifth, after person, number, tense, and voice, we have mood. The mood of a verb indicates how the speaker of the sentence wants the action of the verb to be taken. The indicative mood indicates that the speaker wants that action to be taken as fact. It may or may not be fact, but that's the way in which the verb is setting it up. The imperative means that the speaker wants the verb to be taken as a command. And then subjunctive and optative have a wide range of different ways of thinking about the action of the verb as hypotheticals, potentials, indeterminates, and again, you'll learn those specific usages as they come up. Finally, there's a class of words that your grammar kind of charmingly refers to as deverbatives, which are words that are related to verbs but not finite verbs. Only finite verbs have all 5 of those accidents: person, number, tense, voice, and mood. But there are classes of other words that are related to verbs, such as participles, which are technically kind of adjectival, but also have some qualities of verbs. So dreaming about birds, my dog twitches. Dreaming is an adjective describing my dog, but is also contains some aspects of verbs. And infinitives, which are technically like nouns, but also have characteristics of verbs as well. So my dog likes to eat chocolate. To eat, you can think of kind of as a noun. That's the object of like, but it also has the qualities of the verb in that it can take a direct object, here chocolate. These deverbatives do not have person, number, or mood, but they do express aspect. That is to say, they can be progressive or completed or simple, and they do express voice. They can be active or passive. So the main one you'll be worrying about right now is the infinitive, but you'll get to participles later on, and those are great. Okie doke, that was the quick intro, and I expect those of you who have had languages before might be really familiar with many of these, but if you still want to find out more about tense and aspect, or about mood, or about voice, there are some videos for those as well. Enjoy!